Executive Secretary of the NUC, Professor Abdullahi Ribadu, my elder brother, who is ably represented my elder brother, Alim Farouk, and other members of the high table, distinguished participants, gentlemen and ladies of the press. I stand on behalf of the Executive Secretary of TETFund, who will have been here personally, but as I speak, he is presenting a convocation lecture at Nile University. That's why he's not here. And he asked me to represent him because of the importance that TETFund attaches to innovation and entrepreneurship. As the MC rightly pointed out, NUC has been a strategic partner, a member of our board of trustees. In fact, a very key member of our board of trustees. And NUC drives our policies, especially those to do with whatever we do in universities. TETFund has long recognized the need for innovation and entrepreneurship education, especially in higher education institutions, which is why a department was created in 2014 and empowered as from 2020 with the sole purpose of ensuring that academia meets industry. As I speak, TETFund has been funding establishment of 48 innovation and entrepreneurship centers, costing almost 50 billion naira of taxpayers' money. And as I speak to, every year, TETFund commits not less than 5 billion naira towards capacity building of academic staff so that they understand, internalize, and also teach entrepreneurship and innovation in our higher education institutions. TETFund has also established a committee known as RICC, Research, Innovation and Commercialization Committee. It's a standing committee right now, made up of all stakeholders in the sector, from MAN to NESG to SMED, and all whoever that is a player in commercialization of research outputs. That committee functions and they meet every 2 weeks. And TETFund is funding that committee with the aim of helping us to accelerate innovation and entrepreneurship, especially in our higher education institutions. Distinguished ladies and gentlemen, I want to say that we haven't arrived where we really want to arrive. All we have been doing is we're trying to make conditions necessary for innovation and entrepreneurship, which hasn't really taken off. And only recently, this year, we've also allocated the sum of 3 billion naira for student venture capital. And any student who has an idea to develop can access up to 50 million naira from TETFund and to be guided to develop an idea into something that can go to the market. I also would like to say that part of the training programs we provided, we've got so many products, or prototypes that are promising, out of which TETFund has picked 6, interest in 6 this year. We are putting the sum of 2 billion naira to help those 6 prototypes to move to MVPs, and in fact, to see what they can do, because it's not easy for investors to just put in money in things that, unless they are sure that the potential is very high. So we're trying to help those 6 ideas, initiatives, using TETFund money to reach that level where investors may come in. And subsequently too, from next year, every year we are going to have another budget line to help those prototypes with promising that have promise for market to be supported. So TETFund is doing so much really, but as the saying goes, this is something that requires everybody's support. Whatever you do, it doesn't really change anything if the attitude to change is not there, if the refocusing is not there. And I would like to thank the NUC in particular for the CCMAS that has given the room for universities to really, contribute to their own curricula. Right now, if you go to RDSC, there's a TETFund, a workshop is going on right now on university community partnerships. Right now, as I'm talking to you, and another one is also taking place at Barcelona on triple helix. And TETFund is funding all those initiatives. The idea is let us bring our academics to understand that the world has changed and the world has moved. Research for research sake doesn't really help this country and doesn't help anybody. You may have 200, 300, 500 publications. That doesn't even help you as an individual, because the moment you retire from service, there's absolutely nothing. So you need to translate some of those research that you carry out, to goods and services for the good of this country and for your own good. And TETFund is there to ever support anybody within the academic sector that has something to offer. We are going to support you, and we're also going to support you through the NUC. I must also say that the NUC has been putting pressure on us to make sure that we provide additional funding, especially for capacity building. And we've listened to them. And in 2026, inshallah, there's another budget intervention that will take care of those that will help address those gaps. Because if you look at what is happening in universities, I don't know if it has changed now, sir, but most of what we call entrepreneurship is still not entrepreneurship still. And I've seen it because I'm funding directly entrepreneurship centers in universities, and I see the kind of training they do. People still talk about barbing salons and sewing machine, and I say you don't need a degree, to tell children how to handle a clipper. You need soft skills. You need people. Every child is using a phone, and those phones are a lot of software are developed by students out of this somewhere else, and those students have become multimillionaires, have become billionaires. The universities have also become very, very rich because of those things. So this is what we want to see, and it's also a preparation. We understand that it's something that will come. We may not like it. The real autonomy of universities will come, where funding may cease, as it has ceased in so many other developed countries. It will come to Nigeria. So the universities need to rethink their funding mechanisms, their sustainability. And one of the ways through which we can really, really ensure sustainability is through thinking. We have a lot of intellectual assets that we need to transform into naira and kobo or dollars. Thank you very much. Let me not speak because the MC said I should make a brief remark. I hope my remark is brief enough. Thank you very much.